reveal to me all your little secrets, Mr. Seamus, deadliest frisbeum, horoscope enthusiast. Good, good. Pyro O'Connor, Spitium Flamius, loves to cook flambe. Lil Bowen, Fattius Bouncius, loves Sunday crab buffet. Ropin Lopin, Clarence Dupree. Wait a minute, that means the mosquito and the rats are related. Ugh. Ugh. Oh no. Okay. Ooh. I know which level we're doing today, and I'm really excited about it. Hello everyone and everything, and welcome back to more Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. In the last episode, we did a couple more random things, like turret toting and ghost hunting. Oop. Right here is where we can try our keys. We are missing but one, and I know exactly where it is. I'm very excited about this one. This has always been one of the best levels in the game, in my opinion. This giant goopy turtle. You hear all the stuff spewing from his mouth. Down underneath him. Descent into danger. This is... oh, I'm just so excited about this. Hang on. It's another 40 bottle level, but of them...
oh my god, the green waterfall overflowing with bones and body parts! I'm telling you, the health department's going to come down big time on this dope.
This is where the bones soup that Ms. Ruby has been making is made. So all of the goop that we're crawling around is gonna have bones and all this gunk in it this level. It's got a lot of extra texture to it. Let's head on up over here, take out some more voodoo reprieve. Let's see here. How do I get over there? Oh, I know. Gonna have to get a little fancy with that later on. Oh, here we go. Flamin' Turtle Head Man. Here, hang on. Can you hit me from back here? Does not appear so. Pierre Flame Nose, Thermo Head Tosserus. I assume I would hate rainy days too if I were always on fire. Then again, here's the thing. We gotta break that candle, which opens up this log, so we can walk over. And I'll have to show it when we see another Thermo Head Tosserus. But he cowers whenever we get close enough. A lot of interesting architecture here. We've got this giant statue here. Another Mojo Dupree way up top. And this was always one of my favorite levels. Not really for anything it does structurally, but just because it was fun to goof around in. As a kid, obviously, your choices for games are limited. You had to make them last. And this was one level where we made this game last. You can crawl all the way down until Sly is almost completely submerged in the goop here. Don't tell Bentley. He'll never let him in the van again. Yeah, let's do it again. Get nice and soaked, Sly. Look at all the bones. Fun. We're up in the hand of the giant statue now. Another nasty Charlotte. I do love knowing these guys' names. Just feels much more polite to call them by name right before you viciously destroy them with your cane. Every single wooden panel in this area is going to fall away if we step on it. So be careful. Make very deliberate choices on where you step. I'm going to go ahead and break the alarm here so we can explore it with a little more leisure. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. Some more bottles there. I think that's all of them in this section. These are all easy enough to jump. Ooh, maybe they're not easy enough to jump. but it's possible to jump. That's for sure. Up here, we've got another chandelier, airborne takedown moment. And fret not about that other guard. He's up on a step. He's literally incapable of noticing us down here. Sad, sad existence. More really cool architecture. This whole bat with the cobras. I think the developers just had a ton of fun designing this level. So hang on here just a moment. We're gonna drop down here. Get all of these bottles down here. Alrighty, alrighty. Hang on. Hello again, Charlotte. Goodbye again, Charlotte. I am glad I took the long way around. I forgot about these bottles back over here. So it's a good thing. Good thing we had to circle back around like that. Now. Well, that's chill-inducing. And I have just been so clumsy. My goodness. Yeah. Okay. Back up on top, and there's no more bottles that we're gonna have to drop down to get. Hello again. Now this is interesting. We've got a laser wall, which we're just gonna walk through, because why would I wanna... Oh, that's why. I decided to take the death there because I didn't want to subject you guys to the alarm sound through this whole process. Start with these bottles over here. I was expecting the alarm to be right over here, not way down there.
Look at all the security. This must be the source of all the disgusting green soup.
Ooh, that's a close one. That's a close one there, Thermos. Now, head on over here. And cower. Cower as you would before a rainy day. I think he has a bow tie. I love bow ties. Bow ties are cool. Where? Any bottles around here? I guess not. Let's head on through. Another set of these. I didn't mention these when they first showed up last episode, but these Tiki Torch Ninja Spires are a really cool twist on that ability. Because the Ninja Spire basically does a lot of the work for us. And that makes us have to think about it. Now here we are at the very, very top of the level. Break this candle, and it causes this long vine to appear. We're gonna cut our trip short and head over to the Bentley.
These codes are nothing before my righteous analytical ability. The combination has to be 571.
I guess I kind of forgot to look up the code this time. That's alright, I'm just gonna have to talk through it. No big deal. I'm good at talking about absolutely nothing.
Mind-bending. It's Matthew Della Coupeau's perpetual slow motion technique. With this move, you can slow down time whenever you want, not just while jumping. Hold down the triangle button to use it.
There we go. Now slow actually feels kind of functional. No longer limited to just using it in midair. You can just hold down triangle and do whatever you want. So we're gonna go ahead and hop up to the top of this rail slide here so that we can see the whole thing in action, because it's probably the main reason this is my favorite stage. Get a whole tour of it. I always love the stages that sort of twist in on themselves. Let's do it again. This time let's do it with our fast ability. Woohoo! Now let's do it even faster. Now let's do it backwards. Okay, that's enough of that. 7 keys out of 7. Which of course means, Ms. Ruby, you may see me in the stars, but I'm about to see you in person. Let's head on up over here. Ignore that Dupree over there, he'll be fine. And that does that. We can hop on over to this lid here.
Sly tried jumping on the lid of that cauldron to build up steam pressure. I'm sure it'll work to launch you up into this.
Thanks, Bentley. I think it worked.
I could feel that Cooper vibe a-coming. Most distastefully bad juju.
Yeah, well, you give me the creeps too, lady. Cooking up an army of ghosts isn't a very neighborly pastime.
Oh, Sly. I see your mouth a-moving, but all I hear is blah, blah, blah. Well, if jaws need to flap, then let them flap. See you in the next world, Sly Cooper.
Oh, forgot we're in the mouth of an alligator here. That's just fine. I love rhythmic hazards. I am going to be honest. I think if I commentated over the vast majority of this fight, it would be a giant disservice to it. So, going forward, I'm going to be a little more quiet than usual. Enjoy.
Come back here. You can't run away forever.
Quite true. Quite true. Why don't I have my servant Chumley escort you over here?
All right. What's the catch?
Oh, not much. Just a little game I like to play with all my annoying guests. I want to see how well you pay attention.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll unleash my mighty mojo magic upon you. If you repeat what I do, you'll dodge it just fine. If not, you'll get zapped.
A little voodoo Simon Says, huh? Sounds easy enough.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. And next phase. phase. It's where it gets quick.
Dig that, dig. That, dig that. Dig that, dig that, dig that. That, dig that, dig that, dig.
No! Oh. Okay. Yes, if you die, you have to go back to the turtle. Although I could say you get to go back to the turtle.
Dig that, dig. That, dig that. Dig that, dig that. Boom. That, dig that, dig boom. Dig boom, that. That boom, dig. Dig boom, that. That boom, dig. Boom, boom, boom. 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 Boom, boom, boom.
Woo! Ha ha!
You certainly got some rhythm, raccoon. But it won't help you none if you're fixing to go after the Panda King. He's tough, with a capital T. If you go poking around his stronghold in China, you're likely to get poked back.
Yeah, well, if he's anything like the rest of you, I think I'll manage. Ms. Ruby's section of the Thievius Raccoonus held notes from my pioneering ancestor, Slyton Common. His invisibility technique allowed him to steal from corrupt pharaohs and greedy noblemen. Right on schedule, Inspector Fox's arrival cued my exit. The production of zombies, made illegal in the World Peace Accord of '71, earned Ms. Ruby a life sentence behind bars. While the gang and I enjoyed a few weeks in the tropical sunshine, working on our tans in preparation for our next caper.
And that wraps up Vicious Voodoo. That boss fight is just joyful. Just sheer joy. Oh, man. Huh. Just gets my heart racing a little bit every time I do it. Now, on to our speed run of the day, which is Back Alley Heist. If I can figure out which one of these buttons that is. This one. Now is as good a time as any for me to talk about which version of this game I'm playing, because it is important. There are two major versions of this game. There's the original PS2 release, and then the port that was made by Sanzaru. I'll put the year that happened on screen right now, because I don't remember off the top of my head when it was. Now, Sanzaru did a very lazy job. Okay, don't go up that ladder. Good to note. Sanzaru did a very lazy job on the ports. It was a simple widescreen resolution upscaling for the most part. There wasn't a lot of damage done in the porting, but the Ms. Ruby boss fight is one thing that was irreparably harmed. Oopsies, that's gonna definitely kill this speedrun. So in the Sanzaru port of Sly Cooper, the Ms. Ruby boss fight music is desynchronized. In a rhythm-based boss fight, they messed up the music. I don't know if anything in any remake ever has caused me more pain than that. But I remember when I got to that point the first time that I was playing that, and it broke my heart a little bit. It was so sad. I think I just lost this run as well. Okay, well, time to stop talking, riffing on Sanzaru, and actually focus on the run here. Back Alley Heist is a very difficult speedrun, in my opinion. it looks like a lot of skips would be possible. But they put invisible walls like everywhere, which makes me very sad. I like skipping around everything. That was a really funny death. There are a couple of really small skips possible that I know of. I'm not sure if there's any fancy speedrunner launch yourself across the entire map thing on this level. If there is, I'm just gonna not take it, because I feel like I've been kind of overdoing that recently. Oopsies. Let's see just how well it works if we head in guns blazing here, yeah? This is definitely not faster. I know that, but I want to try. This looks like a good spot where you could just drop straight down to the awnings down there, but nope. No can do that. Jumping down the ventilation systems at the end here, it looks like you could jump straight into the building from the windows, but the way Sly is forced to move prevents a lot of that. Looks like you could jump straight down here to the key, can't do that. The best recommendation that I have for this level is try to make all of these upward jumps over these mugshot signs in one go. By double jumping at the very peak of your jump, you should be able to clear the mugshot sign itself without having to break it, and that will prevent you from having to fall down and take another bounce on the awning. That's gonna be the only thing that's gonna consistently save you a lot of time here. Oh my goodness! But hey, this is kind of refreshing. I feel like it's been a while since we've had a good old-fashioned skill run. Jumping through that ladder there is also a good little thing to save you time. It doesn't actually have mass when you're not climbing on it, so you can just jump straight through it, which is a good thing to do. This is the worst part of any speedrun, when you are forced to do something that requires you to wait. Alright, no need to worry about that one. Skip over to this hook to save yourself another little second or two. Hold left here. I know that jump there to get into the second floor actually is possible, but it's very precise. Thankfully, since we did just about everything else right... Ooh, careful. Careful now, Sly. Alright, skip, Sly, finish the, okay. Whew! Okay, alright, that one took me a lot of tries, honestly. But, that is that! Now, I got distracted there, because speedrunning takes a bit more focus than perhaps I would like. But here at the end of the video, I do want to talk about which version of this game I am playing on. I am emulating the original PS2 version, with an upscaled resolution, which is why it's not in widescreen, but it is at 1080p. I'm not going to say that it looks better than the PS3 release, but it definitely still holds up today. The absolutely brilliant stylization choices that they made when designing this game have made it stand the test of time. I adore it. But the biggest thing that informed my decision, apart from the emulation being just easier to record, is the Ms. Ruby boss fight. Having it actually be synchronized with the music, that is the first time I've played that level properly in a long time, and it felt good. So, I'm going to hand it on over to the Sucker Punch developers. Thank you guys so much for watching. It has been a lot of fun. But before any of you guys consider pressing that like button, well, if you do, there's just a little game I like to play with all my annoying guests. See you guys next time.
I like the smart guard a lot.
The who?
I like the rodent, the big voodoo rat.
For everyone who can't see Andrew, he's a dead ringer for the voodoo rodent.
It's a startling resemblance.
I was scared when I first met Andrew. I actually hit him with a stick repeatedly. And I will again right now.
Ow. The voodoo rodent was one of the few in this world where I could actually sort of act out what I wanted him to do to any extent. And so he's the most humanoid, I guess.
You act out all of your characters?
I act out, yeah. I find that I think I was saying this in one of the other levels, but I find that I make this mistake over and over again of thinking, I know what this guy needs to do, and I just start animating and looking at it from the outside, and I find if I don't actually do the action myself and sort of feel what it feels like in the body and make sure that the posture and the gestures all kind of feel right internally, then it's much more of a struggle to animate it. People say especially that the walk for this guy looks like something I would do. I don't think I really walk like that, but I did do that a lot during the week that I was animating. And,
You call them smart guards.
Yeah, the smart guards are that's kind of our internal sort of word for any of the guards that are the flashlight bearing guards that you really want to stay away from, and if they catch you, it's pretty much doomsday. So they're kind of an element of gameplay to really emphasize stealth and convince you that it's not okay just to randomly run through world bashing things.
They're actually called smart because you can't evade them, or at least not easily without taking damage. So that every time you dealt with them, you had to be sneaky.
I think some of the repeatedly used pieces are really effective in this, like the way the huts. You have this sense that you're in this big village, and it's a few sort of simple pieces, repeated and decorated with some smaller sort of elements around them. And I don't know, when you're down in and amongst them, it feels like a rich environment. It feels like you're in this little village of stone teepees.
It doesn't look like the same hut over and over again. They each look like they're their own individual hut. When I saw this game for the first time, after already having done the voices, I hadn't seen when I did the voices, I just had all these lines. Here is the actual visualization of everything that I had read in the script.
One of the things that I was going for in making this level was the Heart of Darkness, right? Mm-hmm. You're on a boat ride upriver through this crazy, spooky kind of swamp jungle, and along the way, you get attacked. But you can't get off the boat, and the boat's not going to stop. It keeps moving, so you're forced to deal with things as they come along, and you need to react quickly because the boat, it just keeps on moving upstream, till eventually you get dumped off at this kind of spooky spider temple, which of course has more danger. But the boat was really the thing that started it all going. What kind of things influenced you, Matthew, when you were working on the art for this level?
The bone theme. Everything's bones and tusks and voodoo oriented. So the same kind of basic theme, that it had to be spooky. But those spooky trees are spendy. So we ended up using an awful lot of billboard trees in the background. A lot of those that are off screen are really cheap, but everything that you're looking at, all those tusks and bones and spiky bits on all the masks, there's a great deal of detail in all of this stuff. So, which is very cool. It has a very, fingers of the undead kind of feel to everything. Because these bones and creepy spiky bits. It just looks dangerous.
One of the problems we had in the design of all these tank levels was that the rate of fire off the vehicle was so high that you could mow your way through enemies really quickly. So we had to come up with this. This is the first, and I think the only, in the tank levels, we have these barrier walls, that take 10 hits to break down. So you have to ladle on the shots to get access to the next area, and they're only there to slow down your progress. So you're forced to deal with the gameplay of, like in this case, the flaming turtle head thrower guy who keeps attacking you. So you need to stick and move.
That was our first occurrence of what we call our multi-stage breakables, right?
Yeah, they had to be invented to slow down the tank. Originally, the idea was that Sly would get captured, and Murray would have to go in as a rescue squad, outfitted with sort of large rocket launchers, and dish out a lot of Rambo-style damage all over the enemies in an attempt to get you back. One of the problems that led to us switching from Murray to Sly on the hover tank was the rotation speed of Murray in this case. He needed to be able to turn around really quickly to shoot at all angles and simultaneously walk in any direction the player was deflecting the left joystick. So you had a lot of strange situations where Murray needed to move in a way that very un-Murray-like, because Murray's kind of a big guy.
So he wasn't even going to be on a tank. The whole movement scheme here was originally going to be on a walking Murray. So he was going to move very nimbly, like Baryshnikov.
Yes. He was going to be Baryshnikov with machine guns.
Oh, Sly, I see your mouth a-moving, but all I hear is blah, blah, blah.